Hello, my beautiful air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading with me. Before I begin, I'd like to pray for blessings and protection over this reading and all who partake. I pray it be a clear channel for divine messages delivered in service to the highest good for all and for always. And I pray that this message amplify the energy of love, peace, joy, and prosperity in the lives of all who gather here. Amen. So keep in mind that this is for all air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and it is timeless. So whenever you're watching, if the message resonates, then it's meant for you at that time. These are general, however, and so not everything will resonate with everyone. So please only take what does. I am being called to use one tarot deck this week. So I'm going with the OG, one of the OGs, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I will pull 2 cards for overall air sign energy and then 3 additional cards to get nuance into how that the weekly energies or the overall energies will play out for each of your signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. A few more here. Let's do 1, 2, and then here we go. All right. We'll split the deck and see what we have for our dear air signs, myself included. Bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Wands. So this could be, in a practical sense, related to home, property, family matters, like the TV show Family Matters. And it could also be parties, celebrations, reaching milestones in some area of your life. Moving homes, changing homes, weddings, birthdays, graduations. I think we are in graduation season for a lot of folks. But in a not so literal aspect, this could just be the joy and the pleasure of your day-to-day life. For me, the 4 of Wands is sort of that foundation card. What is the foundation of your life? And do you find joy, pleasure, harmony, ease within that? Have you gotten to a place in your everyday life that you kind of feel satisfied? You're like, okay, I have arrived to some degree, maybe not having everything I would ever dream to have in my life, but I'm on steady ground. I'm on steady foundation to continue building from there. Now, air signs, how you're showing up this week. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is very nice. So this does seem like a very grounded, practical time for you. You are engaging in self-care. You're taking care of your duties, your responsibilities without sacrificing your own wellness and your own comfort. And what I get with this too, in terms of that 4 of Wands, is that you have your routines, you have your rhythms, you've curated your life. Like you're established in some version of how you're showing up in your everyday. Okay. Now, for those of you that are professional or working or who have some type of business or career element to your life, then you are a leader in that regard. You are showing up in this time ahead as being a good manager of these various areas and aspects of your life. And for some of you, you might be an actual manager in your professional sense. Now, what's crossing this energy? We have the 7 of Swords. So this could be an element of, deceit or deception in some way that challenges or threatens the good routine that you have established for yourself. So I wonder if in your good foundation for your life, if you're losing sight of or maybe lacking awareness of what's not going well, of what's not in your best interest, right? And so sometimes you can be so focused, and what I'm really being drawn to in this image is the way she's so focused. She's really looking down at her coin and maybe not as aware of things going on outside of her bubble. So air signs might be in a bit of a bubble in terms of your everyday life. You're taking good care of yourself. Things are going really well. You have a lot to be happy and content with. But maybe you've sort of been lulled into a sense of comfort or complacency that might cause you to miss something else that's going on that's not really on the up and up around you. Okay. For Geminis, we have the Eight of Cups. For Libras, we have the Ten of Swords. And for Aquarius, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so for all air signs overall, these additional cards suggest that there is some external damage. What I get is that you're going to uncover something that has been going on. You might uncover, and it could just be your own false sense of complacency or comfort, where like you think you're doing everything right in terms of health, but then you get a report from the doctor and it's like, oh, actually, I haven't been eating as well as I thought I have. I haven't been exercising as in the right way or as much as I thought I had or as much as I needed to, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be like someone cheating or lying or stealing on you, but there's some misinformation that you've had, either like a misinformation you've had or held about yourself and your life, or misinformation that was given to you intentionally with the intent to deceive. So you will have to know, like, oh no, it was just my own illusion or delusion about how comfortable my life was when really these things were falling through the cracks. You know what I mean? Now, the Ten of Swords, I'm actually happy to see it because it tells me, this is not funny. I always laugh in air sign readings for like shady things, or not shady things, like difficult, uncomfortable things. The Ten of Swords is a Gemini card, and it is the card of an ending or a completion that's really impossible to miss. So something particularly for Libras is showing up as really being the end of something. So Libras might uncover an idea or a piece of information. Something might be exposed to you around this time that makes something come to an end, that makes you put an end to something. Again, if it's external to you, that would be like the end of a relationship or firing an employee who's been stealing from the company. But if it's more of an internal thing, it's like, oh, I didn't know I was having an allergic reaction to this food. I didn't know that this food was contributing to inflammation in my body. And so now that I see that, I am changing, I'm ending, I'm stopping this thing. I'm deading the issue, so to speak. For Geminis, this Eight of Cups suggests that whatever you find out, it is going to put you on a new path. You're going to walk away from some routine, some location, some place, some dynamic, some relationship or situation, once you realize what has not been going well, what has not been serving you, what has not been in your best interest. You also are going to pivot. And I think the message is the same in terms of the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Cups. It is like creating a definite change, but this for Geminis would be a little bit more emotional. Like there are somehow emotions more wrapped up into what you discover and the choice to move away from it and pivot away from it into something else. And then for Aquarius, is that Nine of Wands is your own boundaries around that level of deception. This could be boundaries with yourself. This could be you saying, I'm putting my foot down when it comes to XYZ in my life. And the thing is that even if it's an external boundary or an external situation or relationship that is taking money or stealing or being deceptive, the choice to put up a boundary still starts with the self, right? It's still you deciding, I'm not going to tolerate this. So there's something you're not willing to tolerate. You've had enough. This is the Wounded Warrior card. And so you've been down this road before, Aquarius is. And so you might have gotten a little laxed with your boundaries because you were like, oh, things are going well. I'm doing good. Things are great. The home environment is great. The work environment is great. And my health is great. And so you might have gotten a little laxed on your boundaries. And this will be a reminder to always check in on those, always fine tune them, boundaries being like a gate or a door or an alarm system. You have to do maintenance on those things. All right, air sign. So that's what I have for you. Oh, the Knight of Cups wanted to come out. So this could be, let's see. It could be realization of what has been unfair, because a new thing that is more fair is presented to you. And it might sort of wake you up to what you've been settling for, that the conditions you've been satisfied with up until this point were actually not the best that they could have been, right? It's almost like you thought you were being paid equitably at your current job, but it's not until you get a different job offer or a different client offer where you see like, oh, I could have been making so much more, right? So that might apply for some of you. All right, air signs, that's what I have for you. Be sure to watch for your sun, moon, and rising signs, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.